So welcome friends. Let's see abatement scheme under service tax. So what is the abatement scheme about service tax? That's very important to understand, because the system, you see the system of taxation, particularly the scheme of service tax. If you see, first it's a three-tier system. Number one is there is a negative list. Okay, so in the case of a negative list, service tax is not payable at all. There is no levy. This is given under section 66D. Right now 16 services are there which are under the negative list, and recently of course they have deleted one more, that is education, but for November examination that is not applicable. Next one is mega exemption. Look at mega exemption. In mega exemption, service tax is chargeable but not payable. Service tax is not payable. Not payable. It is fully exempt. How they did? It has been done by a notification, that is number 25 by 2012. 25 by 2012. So they have given a list of mega exemptions. Right now if you see, there are 63 amendments, 63 exemption entries. There are 63 entries through which exemption is being granted. Done? Then the third one is partial exemption. But how they did this wonderfully, in partial exemption scheme, they have not reduced the rate of duty. Had they reduced the rate of duty, it would have been partial exemption. But they have reduced the value. So by reducing the value, they have named it as abatement scheme. See, that is now abatement scheme. Abatement means deduction or reduction. Under the abatement scheme, certain services are taken at lesser value. The value of the service is reduced by abatement, but that is with attached conditions, with or without Seinwert credit scheme, with or without the benefit of Seinwert credit. So these things we have to learn, we have to remember the percentages, because in the examination we are not allowed to carry these papers. You have to put everything here. Okay? Put everything here and go into the examination hall, because this is not an open book system. So we are going to see the third part, that is abatement scheme under the service tax scheme that is given, and of course with conditions. We have to study with conditions. So what are the conditions of availing Seinwert credit? Whether you can avail Seinwert credit or not, that has been given. Okay? Look at this. Partial exemption, that is notification number 26 by 2012. Mega exemption is notification number 25 by 2012. These notification numbers you have to remember invariably. You can't miss them. And with reference to various taxable services. So when a service is non-taxable, there is nothing to worry about abatement, because non-taxable. So what are the things? What are the various services? So start here. So I tell you, very, very important, and whatever changes that have taken place in the recent times, that is in 2016 budget there are changes, and these changes are applicable for your November examination, November 2016 examination. So first one, if you see, that is services in relation to financial leasing including hire purchase. So what is the abatement here? Abatement means deduction. Abatement is 90%. Only on 10% you have to pay service tax. Done? It's a good thing, great thing. Only on 10% you have to pay. But in the explanations, they have specified that this is with reference to interest element, including leasing and hire purchase. So, particularly in hire purchase, in hire purchase you will find, right. So, you will find what you can say, interest element is there. So, let me do how, let me explain how it is done. Say for example, let me take a page and explain this. First one you have seen, that is you can say abatement is 10%. Okay, abatement is 10%. How is it taken care of? With regard to say hire purchase sale, you know there is a difference between hire purchase sale and down payment. The difference is interest. So, in these hire purchase or leasing transactions, particularly in hire purchase where there is an element of interest, on that interest also service tax is payable. But how much? The value shall be only 10%. And what about the other charges? There are other charges, but on other charges you have to pay in full. Okay? You know, you have to see the link here. What is the link? How this is taxable? If you refer to section 66E, section 66E about declared services. You know, in declared services, say particularly G, 66EG. So, under section 66EG, let me cross verify the section number. 66 section 66E, right? 66E declared services. Yes, G, correct. G, that is services activities relating to hire purchase, leasing, etc. So, on these hire purchase, leasing, etc., on these activities service tax is payable because they are declared services. But abatement level, on interest it is 10%, but for other service other charges there is no abatement. So, if you take a small example, small practical example, if you take, say for example, there is a hire purchase deal, there is a hire purchase sale. This is a deemed sale. Under sales tax law, no service tax is payable, only sales tax is payable, VAT or CST is payable. But what about the activities relating to this hire purchase sale? Say for example, they have collected what you can say processing fees. A company which is selling goods on hire purchase basis, say they have collected some processing fees 10,000 rupees, okay, and development charges or inspection charges, we can say inspection charges, say inspection charges say 20,000 rupees, and documentation fees, say documentation charges are there. These documentation charges say 15,000, 15,000, okay, and interest element, the difference between down payment and the hire purchase price, say 2 lakh rupees. How do you find out, how do you calculate the tax, service tax payable here? So, very simple. On processing fee, this is taxable full amount, and inspection charges 20,000 rupees full amount. Documentation charges 15,000 rupees full amount, right? And interest 2 lakh rupees, only 10% by virtue of this abatement. So 10% is equal to 20,000. So total comes to be some 65,000. You see, total is 65,000. Service tax is payable, say before tax. Let us say this is before tax, and service tax at the rate of 14.5%, including Swachh Bharat cess. That's it. So that is the sense and meaning of this abatement. Here abatement means hire purchase, sale, etc. abatement. Services in relating to financial leasing, including hire purchase. The abatement is 90%. When the abatement is 90%, service tax is payable only on 10%. The value is only 10%. What about other charges? On other charges, there is no abatement. So on full amount, service tax is payable. And what about conditions? If you look at the conditions, you will find no restriction on Same-Right Credit. Look at the PPT. There is no restriction. Look at this. %90 on input services and capital goods. You are able to see this. On input service and capital goods, there is no restriction. Yes means you are eligible to take Same-Right Credit at input level. Input services and capital goods, you can take Same-Right Credit. There is no restriction. See, you are paying only on 10%, but you are eligible to take full credit, because you know this 90% abatement is only on interest element. What about other charges? On other charges, full amount. On full amount, they are charging. That's the reason why they are allowing Same-Right Credit on all the three. Next one in the presentation, you look at transport of goods by rail by number 1. Number 2, by a container other than Indian Railways. See, my dear friend, in this budget 2016, they have segregated, they have separately shown these two. Earlier, whether it is by rail, whether it is by Indian Railway or others, the rate was same, 70%. Abatement was 70%. Now they have separated, de-linked. So transport of goods by rail, if it is by rail, it is 70% abatement and 30% is the value. Whereas if it is by container other than Indian Railway, say private people are also running this. If it is by container other than Indian Railway, the abatement is only 60%. Please remember this, there is a change here. Earlier it was not there, now it is there. Okay? So, make sure that you understand this. Earlier it was a different case. Now, earlier it was 60, both are 70. Now it is 60, 70. Okay? 60 and 70. And what about Same-Right Credit? Earlier they allowed no Same-Right Credit at all. Now they say you can avail Same-Right Credit on input services. It's a solace. On input services, credit is being allowed. But the variation is, variants are 70% and 60%. And come to transport of passengers by rail with or without accompanied belongings. It is a transport of passengers. The next one is passengers. Again, same 70% abatement, 30% is the value, and you are eligible to take credit on input services, but not on inputs and capital goods. Next, transport of passengers by air. Transport of passengers by air. So, what happens then? Yes, so, in the case of transport of passengers by air, it is very easy to remember. Economy class, abatement is more. Other than economy class, abatement is less. It is 60-40. So, if it is the economy class, it is 60% abatement. Obviously, 40% is the value. Whereas in a class other than economy, business class or executive class, whatever it is, abatement is simply 40% only. Obviously, its counterpart 60% becomes taxable. 60-40, you please remember this. Economy class 60%, automatically other class 40%. So, the remaining, the balance is obviously taxable. So, what about Senvat credit? Here again Senvat credit is available on input services, only on input services, nothing else and nothing more. Okay. On capital goods, of course, on capital goods and inputs Senvat credit is not available. Okay. But incidentally, let me also explain in a separate page. You see, bundled services, maybe you heard of bundled service by way of supply of food or any other article of human consumption. Supply of food or any other article for human consumption, or any drink in a premises, including a hotel, convention center, club, pandal, shamiana, or any other place, especially arranged for organizing a function together with renting of such premises. It is called a bundled service. So, let me explain. So, what is a bundled service actually? Actually, bundled service here means bundled service. What is a bundled service? Come on. Bundled service is, let us take a page. Okay. Bundled service. Let me write it here. Let us take some space here so that we can write something different. Okay. So, what do you mean by bundled service? Come on. Bundled service here means there is a hotel, right? And in this hotel, some services are being provided. What is the nature of a service that a hotel provides normally? Okay. What is the service that normally a hotel provides? That provides is accommodation. It provides accommodation. Okay. Now, in this accommodation, suppose there is a meeting. They are conducting a meeting. Convention is there. Say something like conference. Okay. So, in the conference, in that hotel, they are also providing food, drinks, coffee, tea, whatever it is. Or there is a marriage function, marriage banquet hall. In the marriage banquet hall, the hall is given on rent, and other rooms accommodation is also given in the auditorium, something like that, or marriage hall, plus food, catering, etc., food supply, etc., is also there. This is a case of bundled service. Sometimes it may happen in a club. They may provide accommodation, but at the same time they may provide food, drinks, etc., etc. Then what happens? If it is done this way, there is a provision here for bundled services. So, it is considered a bundled service, and in this bundled service, on the total amount, abatement is simply 30% abatement is available, and service tax is payable on 70%. It is as simple as that. So, it means suppose the hotel, for conducting a seminar, is collecting 4 lakh rupees. 4 lakh rupees including renting of hall, conference facility, and also food. For everything, it is collecting 4 lakh rupees per day. So, 4 lakh rupees per day it is collecting means it is a bundled service, because it has it is providing accommodation and all facilities, but at the same time it is also providing catering services, food, drinks, high tea, coffee, etc., snacks they are providing. So on this 44 lakhs, what is the value? Obviously 30% abatement is available. So value is equal to 70% of 4 lakhs, right? If it is 2,80,000 is the value, and on this value you pay service tax. It's as simple as that. Okay? So this is called, you can say, bundled service relating to accommodation coupled with supply of food, drinks, etc., etc. Okay? So then let us move to other areas of, you can say, let us move to other areas. What about other services? Other services, economy, air travel as a service we have already seen. No? Next, come to this, renting of hotels, inns, etc., clubs, campsites or other commercial places meant for residential or lodging purpose. You see, this is different. Renting of hotels, inns, guest houses, same thing. Clubs, campsites. Campsite means maybe outside the city area, maybe outdoors. And campsites means outdoor, where they provide accommodation or temporary construction or establishment may be there, and they are providing facility of accommodation, etc. Campsites or other commercial places meant for residential or lodging purpose. If the hotel, inn, guest house, club, campsite, etc., provides these facilities, it falls under mega exemption also. So if the room rent per day, if the tariff rate is below 1,000 rupees, it is totally exempt under mega exemption scheme. If it is 1,000 rupees, if the tariff rate is 1,000 rupees and above, obviously service tax is payable. But at the same time, they have provided some exemption, provided some abatement. What is that abatement? That abatement is, it is available here. See, for that, the abatement is abatement is 40% and tax is payable, the value, taxable value is 60%. So the abatement rate is 40%. Okay? So you are able to see that abatement is 40%. But what about same-rate credit? You see, corresponding same-rate credits. See, on inputs, no. Of course, input services it is available, and capital goods, inputs and capital goods it is not available, and it is available only on input services. So you are availing 40% abatement, and at the same time you are availing same-rate credit on input services. Okay? And come down to 7th item, services of goods transport agency, because this has undergone changes twice. Last year also it underwent changes, and this year also they changed again. So again and again they are changing, I don't know why. Services of goods transport agency in relation to transport of goods other than used households. If it is used households, the rate is different. If it is other than used households, 70% abatement. In the case of used households, it is 60%. And of course, no same-rate credit at all on inputs, input services or capital goods. but at the same time it is normally payable under reverse charge. Not in all cases, but in many cases service tax is payable under reverse charge. Wherever a person is paying service tax under reverse charge, he need not establish that the goods transport agent has not availed Safeguard credit. He need not prove. He presumes that the Safeguard credit was not taken by the service provider, that is goods transport agent. So on that basis he can avail Safeguard credit. Okay. And what about services used, GTA service, goods transport services of used households? Only 60%. Remember, this change took place in this year 2016. So this is a change that has taken place which you have to take care of. So other than used households, 70% abatement, only on 30% service tax is payable. But in the case of household articles, transport, 60% abatement is available and service tax is payable on 40% value. Okay. And look at the 8th item, next item, that is services provided in relation to chit. Earlier, last year, it was removed. They said chit fund companies have to pay in full, no abatement is granted to them. Now they say again restored. Earlier it was there, 30% was there. Now it is restored. They say yes, chit fund companies now can enjoy the abatement of 30% and they pay service tax on 70% of the chit value. 70% of the amount collected by the chit fund company as commission. Okay. On the chit fund, on the amount, the amount charged by the chit fund company, on that amount deduct 30% and only 70%, on that 70% you have to pay tax. So let us say better, let us try this with an example. Okay. Let us try with an example. To go for an example, what we do is we go to the page. Let me explain with an example, then it will be easy. Goods transport agent. First of all, look at goods transport agent. Okay. GTA services. Okay, let's write it this way. Let us say GTA. GTA services. You are receiving services from GTA. Suppose you are a limited company. You are a limited company, right? You are a limited company. And you have received services from, say, GTA. X Limited has taken services from GTA. Okay. Then next step, here it is under reverse charge. X Limited is liable to pay service tax, and the charges are say 10,000 rupees. Okay, the amount charged by him is 10,000 rupees. So on 10,000 rupees, the value shall be only households. You see, now there is a difference. Households and others. On households, abatement is 60%. So value is equal to 40%. And others 70% and value is equal to 30%. Let us say, because this is a company other than households, if it is other than households, value is equal to 30% of rupees 10,000, right? 30% of 10,000, that is equal to 3,000. It is only 30%. Service tax is payable on 3,000 rupees. If it happens to be households, service tax shall be payable on 4,000 rupees. Okay? So, next example, chit fund company. Chit fund company is enjoying abatement of 30%. Of course, no Senvat credit. Chit fund company is not eligible to take Senvat credit on anything, input, service and capital goods. Similarly, on goods transport agency also, no service tax is, no credit is allowed. So, chit fund company, how 30% is calculated? Suppose the chit, there is a chit of 10 lakhs, the value of the chit is 10 lakhs, okay? And every month this chit fund company collects 5% from the members. So, on the chit value, what is the 5% of chit value? Obviously 50,000 rupees, right? Every month the company is getting 50,000 rupees on 10 lakhs every month. That is the commission charged by the foreman of the chit fund company. So, on 50,000 rupees, this is the service charge. There is an abatement. So, when there is an abatement, value is equal to 70% of 50,000. Okay? 70% of 50,000 is equal to 35,000. On 35,000, service tax is payable. Say 14.5% of 35,000. Whatever amount it comes to be, this amount is payable. Of course, the chit fund company will pass on the burden. Automatically, it will collect from the bidder. So, 14.5% of 35,000, he will collect from the bidder. So, bid amount, commission amount and abatement. I think it is clear. On the commission amount, service tax is payable, but because there is an abatement of 30%, the service tax is payable on 70% of the bid commission amount. So, it is clear? Come on, let us come back to next PPT presentation. So, come on, PPT presentation. What else is left here? We have seen up to services provided by chit fund company, and next 9th item, renting of any motor cab designed to carry not more than 6 passengers. Okay, and of course, you see there is some addition also. Designed to carry passengers, that is there. Abatement is 60% and 40% is the value, but in this case no Senvat credit is available. But similar line of business, if you take service from another motor cab, suppose this motor cab service provider has received service from another motor cab service provider, so that becomes a part of input tax credit. So, there it is available, otherwise it is not available. on simply services, service tax portion it is available. Okay. And next one is what about renting of a motor cab? That is 60% already done. Next one is transport of passengers with or without accompanied belongings by a contract carriage. So, other than a motor cab or by radio taxi, because radio taxi services also became taxable. In all cases, remember, uniform, it is 60% and no same VAT credit. It is 60% and no same VAT credit. If you remember that way, it's okay. Okay? Next, there is an explanation here. Following types of passenger transport contract carriage are liable to service tax. By air conditions contract carriage, you know, transport by non-air conditioned contract carriages for purposes of tourism, conducted tour, charter or hire. Transport by radio taxi whether or not air conditions. It is taxable. This became taxable. So, transport of goods in a vessel, that you know, again 70% is abatement, service tax is payable on 30%, but without any sin VAT credit. So, transport of in a vessel, if it is by a vessel, again service tax is payable this way. So, what about tour operator? In tour operator services there is a change. In this budget they have made a change. So, please note this carefully. Say tour operator, if he provides only accommodation exclusively, if it is a case of providing accommodation, suppose he is providing accommodation, to that extent it is 90% abatement, only on 10% service tax is payable. If it is accommodation, exclusively accommodation, of course no sin VAT credit is available unless he takes service from other tour operator. So, no sin VAT credit on input services and capital goods, and he will get the abatement of 90%. It's wonderful. But now they simply say anything other than that. They have simplified. Any service other than that, specified at 1 above, straight 70% abatement and pay service tax on 30%. Okay? Straight away you will get 90% abatement and 10% you will be pay on 10% you will be paying. But in the case of other service other than accommodation, abatement is 70% and service tax is payable on 30% without sin VAT credit. And construction of a complex building, etc. Of course, it is not out of place to mention. What about construction of a service? Construction complex, construction service, these are under the declared services list, you know the declared services. So, declared service is section 66E(b). Remember section 66E(b). Section 66 okay, let us see section 66E. This is about declared services. Under section 66E clause B, this is about construction services. Maybe you remember this, otherwise you please go through again. So, this is about construction services. So, construction services, now there is an amendment. Earlier the construction service was divided into two categories. 30% is the value on which service tax is payable normally, but if it happens to be a residential property residential construction, residential flats where the carpet area is below 2000 SFT and below 1 crore rupees, the abatement was as much as 75%, means we have to pay service tax on 25%, but that has been taken away. Now there is no distinction, no differentiation. All types of construction services now attract only 70% abatement. Okay, only 70% abatement, and obviously service tax is payable on 30% of the value, irrespective of the fact that it is a residential construction or commercial construction, anything whatsoever. 30% of the value. On 30% of the value, you have to pay service tax. So this has happened actually. So this has happened actually in the current budget. Okay. So in the current budget it has happened. If you take any construction service, on the amount charged 30%. So for construction service, what are the requirements? There are two important requirements. Number one is the payments were made, payments were received before work certified. Work completion certification did not take place. Work certified. Before the work certified, the amount was received. That is qualification number one. Suppose the amount is received after the work completion certificate is issued by competent authority, then it doesn't fall under service tax. It is directly a sale transaction. Only stamp duty is payable. Okay. The amounts were received before the certificate of completion is issued. Number two is land value included. These two things are land value included. If these two things are taken care of, then it is a construction service. But in construction service, when you are paying service tax on 30% of the value, this is also subject to CENVAT credit on input services and capital goods. Of course, on material it is not possible, because if you look at the definition given under Rule 2K of CENVAT credit rules, you find all the building material, construction material used in construction or works contract are not inputs unless it falls under the service portion. So the material used in construction activity are not inputs by definition. So because they are not inputs, there is no CENVAT credit possible at all. And of course, CENVAT credit is available on input services and capital goods, right? So this is a very, very important thing, because there is a change. Earlier, there was 25% and 30% categories. Now, all types of construction activities attract straight 70% abatement, and on 30% service tax is payable. Okay. So you please take care of these abatements given under this notification 26/2012, subject to amendments, and in 2016 also there are amendments. No. So let us see where are the amendments. Number one, this I have already told you. So what is it that I have told you? Construction services. All types of construction services attract 70% abatement. This is a change. And goods transport agency services. In goods transport agency services, what is the change? If it is household articles, transport of household articles, 60% abatement is available. Obviously, service tax is payable on 40% of the charges. Whereas in the case of others, other than household articles, straight away service tax is payable on 30%. That is done. And similarly, transport of goods by rail, that is already there, but they are allowing CENVAT credit at inputs on input services. But if the transport of goods by wagon other than Indian Railway, so abatement they have reduced to 60%, and service tax is obviously payable on 40%. This is another change. and wherever changes took place, you have to take note of, you have to be very careful about. Okay, so this is the topic, and read this carefully and read also from the material. Okay.